thought I'd do something a little bit different. It was just a little bit of a tryout, this was. So unfortunately my camera was not switched on. I must have a look at this before I start painting. But what I did was got some washing up liquid, some bubbles, put it on my page, and while it's still wet, I've grabbed some of my MeilIang watercolors and this lovely strong purple, and I'm just dipping the colour into those bubbles. I just want to see what kind of effect this leaves. I have seen other people do this. I've never done it, so I thought I'd give it a go. So I'm just going to let that dry. You can see the lovely funky bubbles there, and it's dried, and some of it has come out really well. I love that texture there on the right. It's not so definite on the left, so I may have done something wrong, I don't know. But anyway, I really enjoyed those little bubbles there on the right. So I decided I would grab one of my black markers, and I just wanted to make over the top of it. I thought that would be quite interesting. So I'm just making these round shapes, having the white pieces in the center, and I'm rounding off any of those sharp edges. So I want it to look a little bit like neurographic art. So I'm just taking off those edges there and just going around and making sure that it looks all nice and soft there. So when I've done all of that, I've grabbed a fine liner pen, and again I'm making these swirly little shapes. So there's sort of circles on the end of a line, and just going around and just being free with it really, just in those white negative spaces. And then again I am just taking off the sharp edges of those marks by just scribbling in there those corners and colouring it in, and just going around again to make those lines a little bit more defined, so you can see they're a little bit more bolder. So this is really fun. You can be really quite free with your pen and just let it go wherever it wants. Wherever your hand takes you, just follow it. It's fine. So this is a real fun thing to do. So I just wanted to complete all of these lovely circles here and put this nice pattern in. And I really didn't have a plan with this. I started off doing the bubbles, and then I was a bit like, well, what shall I do now? And then grabbed my black marker pen and put these circle shapes on, and then decided to do the circle-y shapes inside the circles. And now I've grabbed my black liner pen again, and I'm just putting some lines here and there. So no thought going into this. I'm just being quite free and just going with whatever comes out of me, just no plan whatsoever. And sometimes I love doing that. It's a real free process. You just don't have to follow any plan. You just go from within. I really do like a little bit of neurographic art. It just really lets you free. So I've completed that, done all the lines that I want to do there, and then I just thought, well, what can I do next in these spaces that are left? So I'm going to I've done this pattern before, and you would have seen it on previous paintings that I've done, but it's just a little bit of sort of like lacy crisscrossing over the page. So I decided that I wanted to put a black mark around the tape before I did this, just so I could see where we're going to connect onto that black line there, because again I was going to fill in those sharp areas there and all soften them up, so having the black line on the outside I could attach these, and that's what it looks like, as though it's a bit of lace that's been attached to these black lines. So again, crisscross, no worries, and then where they actually touch, it's sort of a bit like a diamond shape that you put in there just to round off those edges, and it really does look like a bit of lacy netting. So I hope you like this, and if you like this, maybe you'll like, subscribe, maybe you'll leave me a message and let me know how you're getting on. Do you like this kind of art? Is this art for you, or is this something you've never tried before and you might give it a go? Or is it something that you've done before and you quite enjoy, or actually you don't like it at all? You know, anything. I'd love to hear what your art story is. So I'm continuing with the black liner there and just making the circles within some of those lines. And I think that quite complements the lines that I've put in there. So I really enjoy just thinking, what shall I do next? And then I decided that I was going to put some little dots on some of those straight lines that I've put in those shapes there. This kind of art comes under mindfulness, I would say, just because you're doing repeat patterns, you don't have to think about it. Here I'm just doing dots and just continuing, following those lines, a little few more dots here and there, and just repeat pattern all over the page. So I've decided I don't want to finish, so I've decided to do some shapes within those circles there. And it is just literally going round and round and round. And then I think that looks quite nice. And then I thought, well, what else can I do? Okay, let's grab the white Posca pen, the acrylic paint pen, and let's just add some dots to that black mark just to offset the darkness of it and complement the white negative spaces that we've already got there. So just dotting away, having a little bit of fun, and I think that's starting to look really nice, and I'm really enjoying the process. So you may look at my page and go, well, I wouldn't have done that. I would have done this. Well, then you carry on and do whatever comes to you. You know, I'm just trying to guide you if you're a little bit stuck, but really go with your inner self, your inner flow, and see what happens. I would love to hear what happens. You know, did you try this? Was there something else you did different? Did it not work for you? How did you feel? All of those kind of things I would love to hear. So I think I've come to an end now. So I've decided that I'm going to peel away the tape, and I've heated it up with a hairdryer, and I can see that the paint has sort of like spilt underneath my tape. So I don't think I'll be using that tape again, but what I have thought is that I'll grab my black pen. I'll try and make a feature of it, you know. So I'm just going to go around the border with that black fine liner pen and just edge it off just as though it's part of my picture. So I've brought it up to the screen for you so you can see in a little bit more detail. And that was really, really fun to do, really relaxing, really got me in that arty zone that I really like, where you're not thinking about anything. So I hope to see you again soon. All right then, bye.